Hello, here's Kramer's Corner with a special update after CPI numbers came out, surprised the market. So we got really some volatility, especially in the FX and the precious metals market, and also in the US Treasury yields. So let's just have a quick look. You can also read the euro dollar, euro sterling, and sterling dollar update I did prior to the CPI announcement. Things are developing as mentioned in there, and here we start with euro dollar that has broken above 108.52, minor resistance, not the strongest one as mentioned, almost pushing to the 109.16, but we actually touched the 109. Well, yeah, 109, we reached that, and we could test this, but I'm not quite convinced 100% we'll get up there. But the RSI is in a positive sentiment, indicating that we could push higher. And also mentioned in the update, we have the weekly chart. You can see here why 109.16 is such a key level to close above. Currently, your dollar is trading above the falling trend line here, but the RSI is below 60. However, it was actually above here, so we are in a positive sentiment, but the jury is still out a little bit. I want to see a close above 109.16 before I call it towards 110. Euro sterling didn't react that much to it. I mean, we got a little bit of volatility here. It's still hovering around the 84.28. I think we will see a push towards 84, also mentioned in my technical update released about an hour and a half ago. We are in a downtrend, as you can also see here on the weekly chart, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows again, and 83.45 seems to be a level that euro sterling is going to have a look at in the medium term. The cable or sterling, the dollar that took out 129, pushed to the 138.2 projection of this correction here at 129.55, just a few pips from it. But as you can see, we are in a strong bullish trend, no divergence, likely to push higher towards 130. Also having a look at the weekly chart, we can see why this is significant, what is going on at the moment. There's potential up to the 131 half area on sterling dollar. Yen pairs, finally we got the correction I've been warning about. Despite having this uptrend, we got the dollar yen failed to test the previous peak, very close to test this peak here, and then we got a sell-off all the way down below the lower rising trend line, testing the support here, and actually reached the 61.8 retracement of this last leg up here. So quite interesting. Also 55 moving average being touched. We are still in positive sentiment, hasn't closed below 40. That is what you should keep an eye on. But I think we will see it retracing a little bit and back up here towards the 159, maybe a little bit. But if it takes out the low of today, then we'll expect to push down to 156.13, which is the 786 retracement. Euro yen, also massive sell-off. And we talked about this could be a stop it could be the first warning, and if it went through 173.49, we talked about this morning, it has retraced 50% of this uptrend here. Normally you see 61.8 retracement, but maybe this is it. But I wouldn't be surprised over the next couple of days we'll see a selling pressure down to 170.5, and then a bit of a counter reaction. We were a bit stretched on the uptrend also. Euro yen, Aussie yen, same picture really. Almost reached the 38.2 retracement, but I think we will see if it stays below the 107.89, I think we will see further selling pressure towards 106, possibly down to 105.20, which is 61.8 retracement. If it does close back above 107 spot 90, well, then maybe it can crawl a little bit higher. But there's a lot of volatility going on at the moment when FX traders is trying to grasp a new reality after the CPI numbers. The sterling yen just below the support here, 204.98, reached the 38.2 retracement, 200.97, just above the lower rising trend line here. If it does break below, well, then we could see a push down to around 201. 138 around that level. We also have some support here, but let's see where we end the day. Again, there is no divergence on the RSI indicating we could see sterling yen pushing higher in coming weeks, but it is a little bit uncertain at the moment. But as we talked about, we do need a correction, and this is what we are having at the moment. Now it's just a question about how deep it will be. Moving on to Aussie dollar, that also got flying today. We also discussed this morning. As we can see here, it reached 161.8 at 68 spot 68. No divergence on the RSI, positive sentiment. I think we'll see Aussie dollar pushing higher in the coming weeks. Maybe a little bit of setback, and then we'll have a push higher. Dollar Canada, on the other hand, didn't do much. I mean, it did test 135.90, so keep an eye on this level, but it was fairly muted. But we are in a downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower than this one up there, lower low, and could it push below 135.90? That's going to be interesting in the next couple of days. EURUSD rejected at the previous peak here at 97.55. Can it break above, or will it slide back lower? My money is on it will be range trading in this range here for the next few days. It's really a strong resistance around here at 97.55 that needs to be broken. Dollar Swiss, massive sell-off there down to the 61.8. We actually discussed it this morning that we could see that, so that's why we are now maybe even lower. You can see that the RSI actually has broken below its rising trend line. If it also does close below 40, well, then we could see a push lower here on dollar Swiss. Next level will be 88.75, and then we have the key 88.26. The dollar index went straight through the support at 104.26. It was not the strongest one. The strong one is down here around 103.68. Very close to, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually do test it, especially if RSI is closing below 40. Moving on to the precious metals, and we have a quick look at at gold and silver. Gold pushed through. We talked about this morning, 23.88, very close to reach the 786 retracement, 24.15. We are in a positive sentiment. We are in a bullish trend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And I think we will push towards the 24.50 here in the coming days. Also, silver pushed higher. Reached the 786 retracement at 31.67. I think it will also push higher towards previous peak here at 32.5 in the coming days. Finally, let's have a look at the US Treasury yields. That was also on the move, obviously. We had the 10-year Treasury yield 4.17, touching it, still holding on above it, but we are in a bearish trend, lower lows and lower highs, and again lower low here. If we close around this low, if it does close below, well, then we're looking at 4%, 4.03, where we have some support here. And let's have a look at the 2-year also. That is currently below 4.48, support likely to drop to 4.40, 4.37, maybe 4.35 level here. All moving averages pointing lower, RSI is lower, so quite heavy there on the yields. They are pushing lower. All right, that's all for this special update on FX, on precious metals, and on yields. We'll talk again tomorrow morning when we have the normal daily technical update. Have a nice day.